Welcome everyone. So glad you could join me here today on this exciting webinar talking about the top 10 cash flow markets for 2024. Okay. Now, I also want to share with you some insights on how you can find top cash flowing markets in 2024 in your local area as well. Okay. So I know the current economy has many investors feeling very uneasy. Got inflation and still painfully high. It's been hitting people's wallets very, very hard. Grocery store items are way more expensive, and gas pump and energy costs have also skyrocketed too. Interest rates have shot up, making financing even tougher, and home prices, they're starting to cool off a little bit from their from the highs that we've seen, but it's unclear what the future holds with regard to the broader spectrum of the economic downturn. So it's enough to give anybody, even real estate investors, pause as far as where to put their money in the coming months. But here's the thing. Times of uncertainty and times of change also breed opportunity for those that are well positioned to seize it. So while the next year may bring some economic turbulence, for those savvy investors who are willing to hunt for the diamonds in the rough, there's still going to be some great cash flowing deals to be found. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these top 10 residential commercial real estate markets that I believe are primed for strong cash flow in 2024. Okay, these are all data backed picks, and they offer the perfect combination of affordability and also rising rents to supercharge the overall returns. Okay, so beyond this list, I'll also give you some insider tips on exactly how to find the best deals in these types of markets too, even with inventory still historically low. But hopefully by the end of this webinar, you'll have a roadmap to cash flow success in 2024, regardless of where the broader economy ends up. Okay, so before I get into it, I'll give you a quick rundown about me and who I am. If it's your first time here, my name's Agostino. I'm getting over a little cold here, so forgive my voice. But one thing that we do here is real estate. Okay, we have four things that we do. We do multifamily. We have a lot of multifamily assets that we bought over the past 5-6 years. We do development, including ground development and adaptive reuse. We also do, our third thing is net lease. We buy a blind pool. We have a blind pool fund that buys Dollar General, Dollar Tree, some VCA animal hospitals, things like that. Corporate backed leases is what we're targeting. And the fourth line of business is we help people just like you break into the real estate game. Okay, and by that, we help you get into, whether you're a beginner, they've never done this before. We show you how to underwrite deals, how to select the deals, how to make sure you're getting into a good, solid, strong deal. And if you want to do a bigger deal, maybe you want to do syndication, you want to raise money, you want to make sure you're SEC compliant, we do that as well. Okay. If you're interested in either one of those things, just go to multifamilyaccelerator.com. Go there and fill out the information, and someone from our team will reach out to you. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's get things rolling. Get your pen, get a paper handy, and let's go. All right. So kicking off the list at number 10 is Rochester, New York. Okay. With the median home price of around $175,000, average rents are about $1,350 per month. Rochester has a stellar rent to price ratio of 0.92%. Now that puts it well above the 1% rule threshold for a nicely cash flowing asset. Okay, so beyond the numbers, Rochester stands out for its diversified economy spanning manufacturing, technology, and healthcare. You also have major local employers like the University of Rochester and Rochester Institute of Technology. They provide a solid bedrock of stable jobs. Now, as America's first boomtown back in the 1800s, Rochester also offers investors some great, beautiful, historic housing stock. Okay, so you have to be careful of the frigid winters and the high taxes over there too. So you have to be careful of that. All right, with the cold winters, it means that you have to have really good heating systems, and it really costs a little more money for that. Okay. Next up, number 9, Cleveland, Ohio, where I'm at right now. Okay. At only $130,000, Cleveland is one of the lowest median home price markets of any major metro area, while still providing average rents at about $1,100. Okay, that's exceptional affordability. That translates into a 1.03% rent price ratio, just at about the 1% guideline. So Cleveland's been a long time Midwest manufacturing hub, okay? And it's successfully transitioned into healthcare and research, and of course technology as well, more recently. So together with some world-renowned cultural institutions that reinvented the economic drivers that are here local, it's attracted a lot of millennials and a lot of people to come back to Cleveland market, okay? And as someone that's here right now, I can tell you there's a whole lot of new stuff happening downtown as well. Downtown rents have skyrocketed 96% over the past 10 years, offering ample room for landlords to push rents while still offering tenants a great bargain compared to other big cities, okay? In the number 8 spot is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, Milwaukee combines affordable Midwestern housing prices with rents that are steadily increasing thanks to an influx of younger residents. Now, the current median home income is $178,000, and the rents are about $1,400. So it's a 0.94 rent price ratio, right? So while Milwaukee really lacks the glitz and the glamour of Chicago, and maybe you don't have the parks and the festivals and some of the historic neighborhoods, the famous brewing heritage makes it an attractive place to live. So with housing costs a fraction of what places like Chicago has, Milwaukee gives those people that are really focused on budget, as far as investors are concerned anyway, a lot of bang for their buck when it comes to buying assets in that market. Number 7, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore stands out on the list as a city that offers many amenities, a lot of job opportunities there without the huge price tag as well. Median home price is about $105,000 and average rent is about $1,950, right? So Baltimore takes the crown for the highest rent price ratio at 2.26%, okay? So definitely a lot of value there, all right? It's really close to D.C., Washington, D.C., so you have a lot of those government jobs that are there and tech jobs that are really boosting the wages and demand for rentals too. So Baltimore's burgeoning arts and entertainment scene is providing a magnet for younger people, even with the city still working to shake the outdated reputation for crime. And I can tell you, as someone that lived there, yeah, I mean, that was a big thing, I'd say about 10 years ago, but it's definitely a lot of change has been taking place there. That said, savvy investors can capitalize on rising rents before the prices really catch up, okay? Let's talk about number 6, Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, Little Rock offers exceptional cash flow fundamentals at an amazingly affordable price point. The median home price is about $135,000, and the average rents are about $1,075. So that works out to 0.96% as far as the rent price ratio is concerned. So right in that same sweet spot we've been talking about. So major local employers include aerospace, you have finance, you have healthcare. They provide nice economic stability in the market. Little Rock also has a fairly low cost of living. There's a lot of cultural and outdoor recreation activities that are available to the people that live there, and a good blossoming tech sector as well. Investors can still scoop up good, solid rental stock in that market at reasonable prices. Okay? Number 5, another Ohio favorite, Dayton, Ohio. Okay? It's a manufacturing hub that transitioned to aerospace engineering, okay, and also logistics as well. So a lot of those two industries are driving job growth and wage growth too. So it expanded the overall economic base, but regardless, the home price there is still $137,000 with the average rents at about $1,300. So you have a nice 1.13% rent price ratio. So you have this active revitalization program that's taken place out there, and it's driving a lot of changes in Dayton's neighborhoods. So with home price appreciation at about 7% last year, it shows the strength of what's taking place, of all the things that they're doing, and it's really providing investors the ability to capitalize on still affordable prices when it comes to buying into these assets. Okay. Number 4, Memphis, Tennessee. So Memphis, everybody knows Memphis for the blues and barbecue scene, right? But it's also won my spot anyway as number 4 as a great cash flowing market. Okay, and one thing I do is I love cash flow. At a median home sale price of $161,000 and average rents at $1,375 per month, you know what? The rent price ratio comes in at 1.02. Not bad. It's not bad at all. Major employers out there are FedEx, you have International Paper, you have St. Jude's Children's Hospital as well. It provides nice, stable economic stability out there. So with home prices still rising at around 10% a year, you still have limited supply taking place. There's a nice window of opportunity to get in there and start taking advantage of some nice, solid cash-on-cash returns before the market shifts again. Up next, number 3, is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly punches far above its weight class relative to the high-price peer cities like New York and Boston, right? Median home prices are around $225,000, and it's less than half of those major metros I just mentioned, but the rents are about $1,950. That gives Philly a superb 1.03% rent price ratio that you can be very, very safe with. Now, Philly also boasts exceptional rent growth drivers between world-class education, you have the arts, you have cultural things that are taking place there as well. Major sports teams are there too, and they expand beyond just that to drive the economy for many of the people that live there, okay? With home prices just starting to slip and rents continuing to achieve 5% plus annual bumps, cash flowing rentals are plenty in that market. Okay, so definitely check that out. Number 2, Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham combines exceptional affordability with a vibrant economy to deliver outsized rental property returns. Now, with median prices being at about $161,000 and monthly rents at about $1,225, Birmingham's rent price ratio exceeds 1.17%. Now that puts it at the very top of our entire list. Now, names like banking giants, Regions Financial, you have BBVA, you have industrial leaders like U.S. Steel and Vulcan Materials and University of Alabama. You have all these great businesses out there that provide anchors of stability. So excellent quality of life, you got low taxes, you got low overhead, you have resurgent downtown. It'll seal the deal for Birmingham as a nice cash flowing all-star place to be. And having been to Birmingham many, many times, I can assure you that it really is a growing city as well. It really is a great place. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, number 1. What is the number 1 pick for 2024? Jacksonville, Florida. Now, as a major financial services hub, you have the Atlantic Port, you have a tourist destination. Jacksonville offers investors strong and diverse economic drivers. The median home prices are around $260,000, so it still remains affordable compared to other Florida cities, okay? But the Florida hotspots, typically they average about $1,500, and they contribute to a 0.69% rent price ratio. Now, With major companies and residents still flocking to Jacksonville from pricier parts of Florida and beyond, rents have ample room to rise further as the market absorbs new supply. So investors can stake a claim with confidence that Jacksonville's long-term growth trajectory is going to remain bright. Okay. Now, there you have it. 10 fantastic rental markets for both residential and commercial. But a market's raw data only gets you so far. As any successful real estate investor knows, you still have to find and vet out specific deals in order to build a cash flowing portfolio. Now, the good news is that there are proven systems for digging up details and deals even when the inventory is thin. Okay, so here are my 5 top tips for finding cash flow in 2024. Okay, first, lean on local turnkey providers and wholesalers. These operators specialize in finding and rehabbing properties before offering them to buy and hold investors just like you and I, right? Let them do the heavy lifting, sourcing the assets, qualifying the deals on your behalf. Next, regularly check the MLS listings yourself or try to find an agent and set up a relationship with them and see if they can get on their list. Focus on searching for specific parameters like the price, location, days on market, maybe size to target, how big the asset is, and try to find newer assets, of course, if at all possible, right? But what you're trying to look for is underpriced listings is really what you're going after, okay? But being nimble and acting fast on fresh inventory can help you find those gems. You can also pursue off-market deals more aggressively through driving targeted neighborhoods. And you can do that by getting your car, just drive around, start looking for the tall grass, start looking for if there's a broken window or maybe there's stuff in the mailbox. You can see like there's just paperwork's just piling up. And so there could be an asset that you want to pick up, right? Maybe you can also try sending out direct mailers, bandit signs, make sure the bandit signs are legal in that area because some cities are cracking down on all that. Now, sellers are often more motivated before publicly listing a deal. Okay, so it might give an investor like you a chance to negotiate some good terms ahead of time. Okay, you may want to also consider networking events and connecting with fellow investors too. They frequently come across other deals as well. Maybe they don't align with what they're looking for, but you know what? Maybe they can pass it on to you, right? So just be ready to return the favor down the road when you find a deal too, and pass it back over to them. Don't make it a one-way street. Never do that, okay? Be in the service of others when you're working with other people, okay? Lastly, don't underestimate the good old-fashioned walking the neighborhood, okay? If there's a neighborhood that you really, really like, get in that neighborhood. Start spending time there and understand what's happening in that neighborhood. Do you see people working on assets? Do you see construction guys working on them? Talk to them. Forge a relationship with them. You can either work with them on future deals, or they can tell you if there's other deals that might be coming up as well. Sometimes these people are aware of it, right? But what you're also looking to do is, again, like I mentioned earlier, about trying to find the tall grass, the stuffed up mailboxes, broken windows, looking for things that, looks like that no one's living there. You could find some hidden gems, and especially in neighborhoods that specifically are really good places to be, okay? I have a few of them off the top of my head right now here in this market that don't show up on this list. They're really it's almost like a sub-market that's still growing. And if you can find a house in that sub-market, it would be a huge win, okay? That's what I'm getting at. Gentrification is probably one thing that you consider. If you know a market in your local area is just gentrifying and you can pick up something in that market, definitely do it, okay? The right combination of market data, deal finding systems, and good old-fashioned hustle can unlock major cash flowing opportunities even in tricky times like this. So you got to be relentless and stay on the hunt, okay? So before we wrap up, let me quickly recap everything, okay? So despite the economic uncertainty, cash flowing real estate is still available in 2024. but it's only available to those savvy investors that are willing to hunt for it. What else did we talk about? Those 10 markets that offer affordable purchasing power still, right? You can still get into those deals and still do some great returns. Always focus on cash flow. That's why we focus on it, right? Check them all out. Go back and listen to this again, all right? It's going to be on the replay on YouTube, so definitely check that out. Beyond the raw rent-to-price ratios, focus on markets where there's economic and demographics that support sustainable growth, okay? What else did we go over? Trying to find creative ways to find deals, even when the inventory is certainly low. There's always a deal out there. People are always making changes in their lives, and you can always help them out by taking over their deal. And there's always a deal to be made. What else did we talk about? Combining smart market targeting and being very relentless with your lead gen and really focusing on finding cash flow. So that's all I got for you today, guys. If you're interested in learning more about how to do this business, multifamilyaccelerator.com. Go to the website, check it out, okay? That one's focused more on commercial stuff, but if you want to learn how to get into your first duplex, your triplex, your fourplex, smaller deals, just go there. You can also go to themultifamilyadvantage.com. Go there too. In either case, you're going to get connected with our team and we can show you how to build success, okay? Hope you found some immense value from this roadmap to lucrative real estate investing in 2024 and beyond. Please, again, reach out if you have any other questions. I'm always happy to help fellow investors, okay? Until next time, be bulletproof, guys. I'll talk to you soon.